discuss the chapter 2 of our textbook. The name of the chapter is Properties of Fluids. In this chapter, we will discuss the various properties of the fluid dynamics course. Fluids. In the beginning, we will discuss about the density and the specific gravity. Then we will discuss about the vapor pressure and cavitation process. Then we will discuss the energy and the specific heat. Then we will discuss the coefficient of compressibility concept, then viscosity, then the surface tension, and at the end the summary of the chapter. So if we begin with the density. Density is basically the mass per unit volume of any object, of any fluid. So like the density of the water is 999 kilogram per meter cube for 15 degree centigrade temperature. And this is the SI unit which we basically use in this course. The other units are slugs per feet cube and other units, but we are only concerned with the SI units in this course. The density of fluid is dependent on the pressure and temperature of the fluid. This we know that from the ideal gas law, which is PV equals rho RT, and from this rho is density actually, so our relation becomes PV over RT. So we can see that our density depends on the pressure directly, means if pressure increases the density increases, and the density is inversely proportional to temperature, means if our temperature increase, then density will decrease. So this is and the reciprocal of density is basically 1 over rho, and this is generally represented by this formula, because mass per unit volume is density, so its reciprocal is volume per mass. But this concept is basically used generally in thermodynamics rather than in the fluid dynamics course. Now we will discuss about specific weight. Specific weight is defined as the weight per unit volume and is related to density as by this formula, which is weight, which is represented by W, and the volume here. And we know that W equal to weight is basically mass into gravity, and we also know that density is equal to mass per unit volume. So when we put the W value over here, so our specific weight becomes mg over v, where this one is density, so specific weight becomes density into gravity. So the units for the specific weight are Newton per meter cube, because Newton is the unit of weight and meter cube is the unit of volume. Okay, now we will discuss about the specific gravity. Specific gravity is basically the ratio of the density of any fluid which we are examining to the density of water at the specified temperature. Okay, so let's consider the density of water like 1000 kilogram per meter cube, and the formula over there it is given here. So specific gravity is basically density of that fluid to the density of water at 4 degrees centigrade. And density and specific weight can only define the behavior of fluid in static conditions. Yes, because in dynamic conditions, like static is like when the fluid is at rest, like the fluid is in this jar. not the fluid moving in that pipe. This is not about this one, this is about this one, static conditions. For fluid dynamics or moving fluid, these properties cannot predict the fluid behavior. Okay, so now we will see a bit of means things that what specific gravity actually tells us about the fluid situation. ओके जी, तो अब हम देखते हैं कि स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी कैसे यूज होती है इन रियल वर्ल्ड एप्लीकेशंस। तो सबसे पहले तो मैं जिस तरह मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि बेसिकली स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी कैलकुलेट कैसे होती है। फॉर एग्जांपल के डेंसिटी ऑफ गोल्ड इज 19,300, तो इसकी स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी क्या बनेगी? बिकॉज आपको पता है स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी इज डेंसिटी ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट और फ्लूइड टू द डेंसिटी ऑफ द वाटर। ठीक है जी, तो इस केस में फिर क्या गोल्ड की स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी क्या हो जाएगी? दैट इज 19,300 डिवाइडेड बाय 1000 विच इज द डेंसिटी ऑफ द वाटर एंड दिस बिकम्स इक्वल टू 19.3। इसी तरह डेंसिटी ऑफ केचप is 1400, so specific gravity in that case becomes 1400 divided by 1000, that becomes equal to 1.4। ठीक है जी, एक और चीज जो नोट करने के लिए है इस स्लाइड में वो ये कि आप देख सकते हैं कि स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी इज बेसिकली रेशियो ऑफ सेम प्रॉपर्टीज, देयरफॉर इसकी स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी हैज नो यूनिट, इट्स अ रेशियो ऑफ सेम units, therefore those units are get divided and therefore specific gravity has no unit। ओके, तो रियल वर्ल्ड बेसिकली एप्लीकेशंस में जो स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी है दैट विल टेल अस, स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी विल टेल अस अबाउट फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सबमर्जेंस, यू कैन से। इसका मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि डिटेल से। फॉर एग्जांपल जो डेंसिटी ऑफ आइस है दैट इज बेसिकली इक्वल टू 920 किलोग्राम मीटर क्यूब, किलोग्राम पर मीटर क्यूब जो हमारी इसकी यूनिट होती है। तो इसकी डेंसिटी, इसकी स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी फिर हमारे पास क्या बनेगी? दैट बिकम्स 920 डिवाइड बाय 1000 एंड विच बिकम्स इक्वल टू 0.92। अब ये 0.92 क्या बता रहा है? 0.92 टेल्स अस, जब हम इसे 100 से मल्टीप्लाई कराएं तो दैट बिकम्स 92%। इट टेल्स अस कि जो किसी भी बीकर में, किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट में अगर वाटर होगा तो इसमें जो आइस है दैट इज, अगर आप इसमें आइस पुट करें तो ये 92% इसमें सबमर्ज कर जाएगी, इस फ्लूइड में, वाटर में। ओके, यही आप ये फिनोमेना देखते भी हैं जब व्हेन यू पुट आइस इन वाटर इन द ग्लास। तो आप देखते हैं कि वो फुली डिसॉल्व नहीं करता, वो जो आइस क्यूब होता है वो किसी ना किसी, वो थोड़ा सा ऊपर रह जाता है पानी के और बाकी सब नीचे सबमर्ज हो जाता है। तो बेसिकली रियल वर्ल्ड एप्लीकेशंस में स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी विल टेल अस हाउ मच द ऑब्जेक्ट विल सबमर्ज इनटू द वाटर। ठीक है जी, ओके जी, अब मैं आपको एक टास्क देता हूं, यू हैव टू find out the specific gravity of that and you have to tell me, okay, okay, I would tell you that there is a wood block whose density is basically 0 whose okay, specific gravity is 0.2. Now you have to tell me that how much this wood block would submerge into the this water. Okay, so आप इसको find out करें. तो बेसिकली ये आपने फाइंड आउट किया कि दिस इज 0.2, सो 0.2 into 100 is 20%. So it means that this wood block is 20% submerged into the water. So this is how we can find out that how much an object can be submerged into the water from the specific gravity information. सो अब हम देखते हैं कि कोई भी ऐसे फ्लूइड जिनकी स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी इज मोर देन 1. ओके, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव टू फाइंड दैट व्हाट इज द स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी ऑफ 1 मींस. द स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी ऑफ 1 मींस दैट इट इज 100% submerged, that object should 100% submerge into the water. So if for any object whose specific gravity is greater than 1, so what does that mean? That that object will sink freely into the water and it is 100% means its volume is 100% below the water. ओके जी, तो ये हमें ये इंफॉर्मेशन देता है. सो फॉर नाउ इफ एनी ऑब्जेक्ट हुज डेंसिटी इज लाइक 2900, so its specific gravity becomes 2.9, so it means that it is 290% dissolved, means it is 290% submergence, means that it is because this value is greater than 1, so it means that it is 100%. It can, first of all it will sink freely, and the second thing that it is 100% its volume is below the water. Okay ji, now what will happen that if your wood block or ice or anything is not dissolved in water, it is in some oil. So in that case you will find the specific gravity by dividing the density of wood to the density of that oil, not the water. So that means that if there is a piece of wood whose density is like 250, so now the density of oil, let's say, is 100, so in that case your specific gravity is 2.5, not 0.25, which is in the case of water. This specific gravity will be in case of water. So this is how you can find the specific gravity of any object, not even in water but in any other fluid you can find that.